Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So let us discuss today a new topic, pro-poor tourism. Now pro-poor tourism is not so famous topic for many of us. It would be common for somebody belonging from tourism field but not for the mass public. So let us know some benefits of promoting this type of tourism. According to Ashley et al. In 2001, it is defined as tourism that generates net benefits for the poor people. That could be environmental benefits, that could be social benefit or cultural benefit. It is an approach for the development of societies, especially poor society or rural societies. It aims to bring opportunities for economic gain, other livelihood benefit, or engagement in decision making. If we want to reduce poverty, it is utmost important for us to promote pro-poor tourism. In many countries and places, we can find the government is promoting pro-poor tourism, like in Laos, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania. Here, the number of people belonging to poor society are many, and hence it is utmost important to control and help the people survive with proper availability of food, clothing, shelter. We can even find several institutes across the world working on reduction of poverty with the promotion of pro-poor tourism. It is said that the governmental, private sector, non-governmental, community organization and the poor themselves all have major role in the contribution of this pro-poor tourism. Government has eminent role in promotion of pro-poor tourism. They help in development of the poor society. The Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, has already assigned a project on pro-poor tourism. This is under the South Asian region in India. The point is Uttar Pradesh. World Bank was decided to fund pro-poor tourism development project more than $57 billion in top tourist hotspot in Agra and Braj Mathura region in Uttar Pradesh, India, where World Bank was decided to incur 70% of the project cost and the remaining 30% were decided to be borne by the UP government. According to an article mentioned by the World In 2006, the Kerala Department of Tourism decided to make the state tourism policies for pro-poor tourism, and they started developing pro-poor tourism as a responsible tourism initiative. Pro-poor tourism enhances the linkage between tourism business and poor people so that tourism contribution to poverty reduction is increased and poor people will be able to participate more effectively in product development, particularly tourism product development. Pro-poor tourism link with many different groups of the poor need to be considered: staff, neighboring communities, landholders, producer of food, fuel and other suppliers, operator of micro-tourism business, handicraft makers. Pro-poor tourism further aims to enhance the employment opportunity for the poor society. Also helps in building mechanism for consultation. The poor can be benefited by the use of tourism infrastructure and the resources. Generally, small lodges, urban hotel, tour operator, infrastructure developer are involved in pro-poor tourism. Apart from economic, social and environmental benefits, other livelihood benefits and less tangible benefit of participation and involvement can be done. Each of these can be desegregated into specific type of strategy for promotion of pro-poor tourism. Pro-poor tourism further promotes employment opportunities for the poor people, conducts training programs for the local people, expands local enterprise opportunities, especially those that provide services through tourism operators. Pro-poor tourism further helps in preservation of culture and traditional skills. It develops non-farm livelihood opportunities for the poor section of the societies. Pro-poor tourism further addresses the environmental effects on tourism building a supportive policy and framework further develops pro-poor processes and institutions. So ultimately, the aim is to involve these poor societies in providing tourism related services, or else in such employment or entrepreneurial opportunities where they can get benefits from tourism. For example, like a food supply, like a handicraft maker or handicraft producer or a tourist guide. As an economic benefit, pro-poor tourism develops collective income sources of fees, share, donations, etc. Pro-poor tourism enhances non-financial livelihood impacts like capacity building, training, mitigating environmental impacts, addressing competing use of natural resources, improving social and cultural impacts, increases local access to infrastructure and services that is specifically provided for the tourists, roads, communications, healthcare, transport, or any type of amenities. Pro-poor tourism enhances participation and partnership by creating a more supportive policy. Generally, these policies are prepared by the government. Planning frameworks enables participation by the poor. Pro-poor tourism allows the participation of poor people in decision making by the government and also by the private sectors. Some non-governmental organizations are also taking initiative to involve poor people in decision making. Many organizations have the aim of building partnership with pro-poor tourism along with the private sector. Partnership of pro-poor tourism with the private sectors will further increase the flow of information between stakeholders, lay the foundation of future dialogue. Some examples of pro-poor tourism are like in South Africa, Wilderness Safari has local employment policy which has resulted to some high proportion of employment opportunities at its lodges going to local people. They have their training programs for the poor people. This helps them to advance the poor people in the company. At the same time, it benefits the local community. Wilderness Safari benefits from low staff turnover. Next example in Caribbean. The St. Lucia Heritage Tourism Program is driving a process of policy reform at the national level that helps the local enterprises in tourism growth. Then in Southern Africa, the Namibian community is a community-based tourism association that facilitates the development of partnership between communities. In most places across the globe, tourism is used as an industry that can help in promotion of income opportunities and development. So it is an engine for economic growth. But few developing countries sometimes unable to recognize the importance of the involvement of poor people, and they are concentrating wholly on the urban side. So, tourism is not only for enhancing the economic growth but also reducing poverty. So our priority should not only to increase income but increase income by reducing poverty. So it is better to involve poor section of society in generation of such income. Thank you for patiently hearing. Have a good day.